Lady, welcome to the Flawless Body Method System. This is the 4 phases pathway to eliminate belly fat, shrinking your waist, and looking 7 years younger in 90 days or less. Ahead, without having to sweat bullets on the treadmills or restricting food. If you're gonna be able to do that, you will get the same results 473 ladies and counting before today got, as you can see here, both visually and especially transformationally. You're gonna be able to maintain this lifestyle and finding the key to finally get and understand all the knowledge it takes to build these kind of results and specifically build the lifestyle behind it so that you don't have to struggle falling off the bandwagon in an average of 6 to 12 months like most of the ladies does. And in this short training, you're gonna get full understanding of the 5 phases that you're probably missing right now to be able to get these kind of results. The clarity and planning phase, the ability to be able to assess and separating facts from feelings. Phase 2, the ability to stabilize your hormones. Then moving on to phase 3 and get coach and building skills, both losing weight with sustainable nutrition and body shape up, building the tone body you always desired, and ultimately moving to phase 4 with commitment, pretty much understanding everything you need to do when you find an obstacle or you encounter a body plateau. And last, of course, building the community around you such that you can get full support. You can keep the motivation high with like-minded ladies such as yourself. If you're watching this today, you probably live in a horror story right now. You're struggling with body imperfection, which usually means that you have a larger than normal tummy, disproportional midsection, and love handles. And you wake up on a daily basis wishing that that was all a dream, impacting your life quality, low self-worth, and of course, that translates you into not being able to live fully your relationship, not having the intimacy you had with your partner or husband once upon a time, wondering whether or not it's attracted to other people or is still attracted to you, being very aware of your body every single time you turn into work, whether this is a public speaking or whether this is an office or any other thing, battling with the scales on a daily basis, wondering why, despite your effort that you put in, you cannot see the weight going down, and ultimately not being able to wear whatever you want, looking at other people and asking yourself why life is so unfair. As we said before, your self-esteem and self-worth is dictated from your loop. And the worst thing of them all is nobody seems to understand you. So you have to put on this facade, listening to other people telling you that you look good and you look okay, yet you're not happy. And if you're watching, you probably got to a point that you need a change. My name is Coach Jerry and I'm a body transformational coach. And as you can see here, I have degrees, I have certification, I have 25 years experience, but despite that, I feel like this is not why you should listen to me. Why you should listen to me is for my past. A past of body image issue, a past of binge eating issue, and that tells me that probably I'm very in tune to what you're going through right now. I used to wake up every morning putting on shirts and wondering whether or not my belly was sticking out, and I remember thinking that I needed to build a body that I could love. If I did not have that, I couldn't be able to date who I wanted to date, I wouldn't be able to be successful, I wouldn't be able to be recognized and having the career that I wanted, and that got me to jumping from diet to diet, go from very obese to very skinny, building bad habits and party drinking just to be able to momentarily feel a glimpse of happiness. Not realizing that that was my downfall, not realizing that would never allow me to build the health that I wanted and ultimately retain the health that I wanted. The tactic that I will reveal in a second were that got me to be able to not only fix that for myself, but going from underconfidence to happy. And how did that happen? Well, the same way which I helped Pilar when she came to me telling me that this was the last chance that she had, and if she did not change the way she was looking and fit back into her clothes, she was gonna resort to liposuction. Same way which I helped Marissa be able to transform her life completely and get off the pressure medication she was taking because she couldn't accept what she was looking at the mirror every single day. The same way which I helped Lorna make her bikini makeover and get rid of her love handle once and for all at the age of 47. See, if you're here today, lady, you probably hear things and you see things and you hear fat after fat, and this is why you cannot get rid of your belly fat, because you keep constantly getting confused and lied from the fitness industry. You have these ideas that your hormones are holding you back, so you look for teas, you look for all these fads that supposedly that you can drink or eat that is gonna take care of the problem. You heard that why you cannot lose weight is because your genetical body type, and you cannot get rid of that. And then you keep hearing about putting on this suit or this band or doing this specific workout or doing spot reduction or doing EMS or increasing the circulation around your belly. And this is gonna get rid of the problem. So you keep eating things and seeing things, and you see some success around that because they use genetically gifted model to show all that, and then you get confused. And then you go ahead and try stuff. And why you can't stick to anything? Because obviously you're in diet after diet as I used to. It only makes you fail because you don't get the context. Low carbs, body tap diet, supplements diet, cleansing, low fat diet. It's always about reducing stuff. It's always about restricting food. It's always about this belief of forbidden food, not realizing how physiology and science work. All diet are meant to make you fail, and they fail on a 92% ratio. And 55% of ladies usually gain even more weight than they started with as they finish off the diet. Because when it comes to dieting, it's always come to an extreme, unsustainable calorie deficit, which usually remove junk food, add more whole food and hydrated food. Usually that makes you stay on a diet for about a week, and that rebounds in cravings and physiological backlash that we'll talk about in a second. But the cherry on the top is the fact that you don't know how to track results. The cherry on the top is that you keep battling with your scale, telling yourself that you're not losing weight or that you are losing weight, yet not understanding that when you lose weight, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting any skinnier. Like when the weight is the same, it doesn't mean that you get any fatter. See, if you watch yourself in the mirror, it probably happened to you one time at least, that you lost 2 or 3 pounds or 5 kilos, and yet you still quote-unquote skinny fat. You're not happy with what you see in the mirror. Why? Because you probably lost water, you probably lost some muscle, but the fat didn't move an inch. Therefore, why you cannot stick to anything and why you keep failing is because you're frustrated and confused and you lack the knowledge and the skills to be able to make weight loss the first priority. So what's real? And why you're struggling so much getting rid of your belly fat and building the body that you want? What's real is genetics and set points. Here you can see a few different things. Number one, you see on top a sprinter, an Olympic athlete, somebody that is very trained and somebody that has this look because of the extreme training that she goes through. On the bottom, you see a cow that most people would think that it comes from genetical engineering. This cow, ladies, is not any form of genetical engineering. It's only about taking very muscular cow and have them breed together. And breed after breed after breed, they produce a super muscular cow. And this doesn't have anything to do with genetic or engineering or hormones. This is something that is a result of blessed genetics. On the bottom here you see indigenous people that by nature, they're very muscular, even though they don't have at times food or they don't do any training. Genetic is a very important component. And the set point is the number in which your body wants you to keep you at. This is very different than saying that you're genetically lucky or unlucky. But if you're meant to be between 20 to 30% body fat, there is a range that you can improve from, and there is a range that is going to be very hard for you to stick to. If you're genetically meant to be 45%, it's going to be very hard for you to be able to get to 15 all at once. You're probably going to have to go from 40 to 30. You're going to have to battle a lot to get to 20. If you keep doing the work, then you can get to wherever you need to get. But understand that staying there is going to be very hard for the fact that there is going to be physiological components that are going to be fighting back. So you're probably asking yourselves, are you getting my hopes down? Are you telling me that I'm never going to be able to achieve the body that I want? I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that there are settling points. And what's real in settling points is that you can do a lot. And this is, in fact, is why people never really get the results. They think that genetic is the limitation, and they won't understand that you can change your environment, you can change your nutrition, you can change your movement, and you can change your exercise. Ladies, if you do everything you need to do, and you still cannot get results, and if you do it in a way that I'm going to tell you how to do it, then probably there is genetic limitation. But you'll be flabbergasted how much you can get when you change your settling points. Settling points are usually the action you take between day 0 to day 80, and past that is going to produce results. How many meals are going to be cheat meals that you're eating? How aware are you of the calorie despite being healthy or unhealthy food? How much movement do you do? How much you walk? How much cardio, very conditioning training you do? How much weight do you lift? All these components and training and exercise are going to be the dictator of your results. So it's not about doing a diet for a week. It's about building sustainable nutrition for a very long time for you to be able to see a result. So the realistic body markers are, as I said before, so realistically speaking, you must be able to aim for real goals and goals that you're going to be able to maintain. If you're starting for 35% body fat, which you see on the high there, going to 17%, it's probably going to require you a dieting phase, a stabilization phase, and another dieting phase. And again, once you get to where you need to get, it's about changing your lifestyle, routine, and habits to be able to maintain it. So as you can see here in a real sense, getting to the body that you want is really like a journey that you need to setting goal ahead, executing that, optimizing, and be able to maintain. So how realistic are body types into ladies? How real is the fact that if you are an apple versus a pear body shape, you have genetic limitation, hormone imbalance that is not going to be able to get you to achieve the results that you want? Well, not very real. It's only about understanding how to assess, how to stabilize hormones, like stress hormone, like cortisol, storing hormone like insulin, and probably the ratio between estrogen and testosterone, such that you can functionally activate chemical pathways to be able to facilitate weight loss. And it's all about putting together a strategy when it comes to weight loss and creating sustainable nutrition. And after you're shredding off the fat and you're trimming your waistline, then it's all about building the tone and sexy body that you deserve. And this, lady, is only 50% of the equation. Then it's all about committing and be able to be accountable to yourself, such that every time you find an obstacle, you know how to optimize and you get the right coaching on that. And ultimately is about building the community with yourself, such that you can get support and such that you can get the motivation you need to continue for the rest of your life. Let's start from lack of clarity. Chances are you're not achieving the results you want because you've been concentrating on one parameter. How much weight am I losing? As I saw before, it's not about the weight, but it's about the body composition. You need to be able to take pictures, you need to be able to take measurements, and you need to be able to know what to track, such that you no longer are confused and such that you no longer live in this place of wasting your time. If you keep looking at your weight, but you're not happy with what you see in the mirror, chances are you're going to be very confused, very frustrated, and asking yourself why. Your friend, she has an amazing body, why she still eats bad food, and not understanding whether or not you're getting results. Moving forward, you need to understand what really means to balance your hormones. It's not about, as you probably heard, about getting tested for thyroid, about seeing if you are insulin resistant. That would give you a parameter in a very point of time, but that would never give you something attainable to actually get results with. The way we do it is very easy. It's by actually looking at body feedback. Are you sleeping well? Are you hungry? Is your mood okay? Do you experience cravings all the time? How is your period? When you're able to rate that on a weekly basis, and when you're able to see that the scale is going down, and you're able to look at yourself in the mirror, loving what you see, and taking all the measurements and see these measurements shrinking, chances are your hormones are stabilized. So I can care less about knowing if you really have a thyroid issue or not. This is not going to limit your possibility from getting the results you want. But you do need to understand what you're tracking, setting real goals, and getting clear and planning, executing on the task on a daily basis. If you're watching today, now you're probably getting a breakthrough. Understanding that until today you've been sold smoke, you've been sold creams, corset band, supplements, and even a training sometimes, which basically what they do, they give you a good training session for probably a good amount of money, not really understanding what you're gonna do when you finish that. So it's not about what you do on an hour with a trainer, it's about what you do in 24 hours when you're not with a trainer. It's about what you're eating, it's about what you're taking, it's about what you allow yourself to believe, and it's about you jumping from product to service, getting a low one-sided return outcome. So you put something generic in, and you're probably gonna get something generic out. Usually that translates into an expectant trajectory that you've been told since the beginning of time. There is a diet you must follow, plus a training you must follow, whether it's EMS, CrossFit, or a class, with some supplements that's gonna give you the results you want. And if you don't do that, you're not getting the results you want. And lady, how do you feel when you watch yourself in the mirror and despite you putting the effort in, your body looks exactly the same, while somebody you know magically get the results, even by not working out at all? You probably get frustrated, confused, and don't believe in the existence of God anymore, nor you don't believe in whatever you hear. I'm here to tell you that there is a real trajectory, but it requires optimization, it requires personalization, it requires execution, and usually comes in two pathways. a physiological pathway, which involves nutrition, which involves training and movement, and really understanding that you need to build skills and optimize on those skills. And then a pathway that requires psychology and mindset that basically is dictated by your decision. You holding you back, telling you, I'm stressed, I don't have time, my body's not reacting, I need to go to the vacation. And usually every single time you have one of those thoughts, that usually happens every couple of weeks, you stop, you quit, you say it's not gonna work, and you go to the next one. So it's really about being able to understand that and be able to stick to something for long enough. So if we move forward, so after assessing, stabilizing your hormone, we move to phase 3. And it's all about building a strategy. It's all about building a sustainable nutrition. It's all about understanding physiology and understanding that you need a calorie deficit, whether it's big or small. It's about understanding you're gonna need to taper carbohydrate, going from easy to hard, more to less, or from less to more, depending how your body reacts and depending on the personalization of the coach. You're gonna be able to find something that you need to stick with for a very long time. This is why this program is so amazing, because you're gonna be able to customize things, you're gonna be able to change and improve. Likewise, building the body that you want. We're gonna build skills around weight training, around cardio, around moving, giving you so much that you can handle, and then progress from there. And as you can see here, we have all the technology to do it. We give you a calendar, we give you customization, we give you workout after workout that you can improve from, whether it's from the house or in the gym, and everything will be studied and personalized to your genetics, to your environment, to your reality, so that we can set realistic goals that you can hit and improve from. As you can see here, Valentina went from 22 to 17%, staying almost in the same body weight. She built her abdominals, she got rid of her cellulitis and water retention in less than 4 weeks. And after that, it's really about community and commitment. This is the hardest part because I'm sure that before today, you were able to get some kind of results. Yet every single time you find an obstacle, every single time you find a body plateau, you usually quit. This is about building support and accountability such that you can maintain the results. Because for me, if you lose weight and in 6 months you're back to where you were or before, this is not a result. I need to give you the keys to maintain it. And here you learn all the techniques and tactics to be able to overcome obstacle and to know exactly what to do when something stops working, such that you optimize and you move forward. And the community, the support system, and the like-minded ladies such as yourself is gonna make you go from building a game of motivation, in which is very fleeting and very good in the beginning, but then as you stop seeing results for a little bit, motivation dies, to be able to build habits, routine, because the woman that you're building on the outside needs to be built on the inside on the same way, such that you can maintain the results forever, living flawlessly ever after. This will be done via Zoom calls, which if you're watching right now, you probably are in the Corona time, and now you know exactly how Zoom works. You probably may be using it at work as well. I started Zoom back in 2017 when Zoom was not even a thing. So as you can see here, we've been improving and testing and getting this coaching system to be bulletproof, giving weekly presentation, giving support call, and making sure I know at every point of the month why you're getting the results versus not getting the results. And as you see here, all the ladies on the same journey as yourself help as motivation moving forward. So every single time it's hard for you to be able to see our results. This is Mimi's reality. She came under confident with a very traumatic past, not having the body that she wanted. Her midsection was bad, her hormones was out of balance, and just by tweaking her diet and giving her a realistic approach and making her learn the importance to be able to build a fitness lifestyle, she totally changed her body on the outside, as you can see. But she mostly changed on the inside. As you can see what she's reading, I rewarded myself with a gym session. Yeah, you read this right. My gym session was my reward for going to work. When you live with this kind of mentality, ladies, you're gonna be unstoppable and you're finally gonna have found the key to maintain the results that you want. What I have for you here today, ladies, the chance of a lifetime. Definitely the chance of a lifetime in 2021. The ability to be able to build a body that you love, slimming down for good in 90 days or less, learning the formula without spending hours in the gym and without food restriction. I'm gonna be going through the next 90 days with 10 of you, and I'm gonna change your life. I'm gonna coach you, I'm gonna tell you exactly everything you need to learn. And if you're watching here today, chances are your coaching already started. Chances are you're one of the lady that you sign up for a webinar and you actually watch until the end. Chances are you really want to change your life. And I'm here to tell you that if you had enough and if you're ready to do the work, I will change your life. So what I want you to do right now, I want you to go down, to click the button, to fill this questionnaire to a T. This is nothing too intrusive, but I need specificity because I need to see if I'm able to help you. I'm not working with 100 people. I'm working with 10 because I want to be able to give the quality you deserve. I need to personalize things for you, and I need to understand why you're doing what I'm telling you to do versus why it's difficult. When it's difficult, we need to optimize such that you can do it. So as you can understand here, it's a lot of work on our hand that we need to put in. Fill the questionnaire to a T. If I'm able to help you, I'm gonna get back. We're gonna jump into a quick call and we're gonna discuss on what is necessary for you to be able to jump into the program. Coach Jerry here. I'm gonna see you on the other side. Talk to you soon.